Perfect. So welcome back to another video with Ahmad. Today in our video we are going to discuss about section 5 of chapter 2, which is the last section of this chapter, under the title of solving quadratic equations by formula. There is a very important formula in this section that we need to get familiar with it, because it can be useful for every single quadratic function if you want to solve them. So let's just get to the point. Remember recently in the previous section we discussed about how to solve quadratic equation by completing the square method. Today we're going to just make it easier by studying the formula. The easiest way to find the solution of a quadratic equation is using the formula. Let's consider our quadratic equation is ax squared plus bx plus c. Who knows what is this form? This is the general form of a quadratic equation. Why do we call it quadratic equation? Because the degree is 2. Alright, then this is going to be the formula. X equals to negative b plus minus square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. You might ask me, teacher, so how are we going to use this? What are a, b, and c? So a, b, and c already we defined them. We said that the coefficient of x squared is a, coefficient of x is b, and the constant term is c. Alright, so let's see what else do we have here. The expression delta or discriminator is b squared minus 4ac. This notation is called delta, okay? Delta equals to b squared minus 4ac, which is under inside this root, is called the discriminator of the equation. Ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0, where a cannot be 0. Why a cannot be 0? Because if it is going to be 0, then we are not going to deal with quadratic function. We will deal with a linear function. Alright? Perfect. There are three situations regarding to delta. If delta is positive, we are going to have two positive solutions. Two solutions. So they can be positive or they can be negative. But if delta, which means if the result of inside this square root was positive, we will have two solutions. But if the result inside was equals to 0, we are going to have a single solution. If the result was equals to negative, for example, when we calculate b squared minus 4ac, it might come out at negative 4, negative 5, negative 10. Since it's a negative result, we will say that we are going to have no solution for that quadratic equation that we have if delta is negative. So let's just get to the point, and I am pretty sure by solving the questions everything would be easier. Take a look at this question. It says, solve the given quadratic equation by using formula. This is the title that you are going to deal with it a lot during this section. So x squared plus 4x plus c. As a suggestion, strongly I suggest you that first of all try to find out what is a. So a here is 1. What is b? B here is 4. And what is c? C here is 3. So the formula is given here. We are just going to substitute these values. Instead of b, I have got 4, so negative 4 plus minus. B squared, but again b is 4. 4 squared is 60. Minus 4 times, what is the value of a? It's 1. What is the value of c? It's 3. Over all. You have to divide the result of all the numerator by 2 times 1. It's equal to 2. I'm not going to write 2 times 1. So, negative 4 plus minus. Inside the square root, 4 times 1, 4 times 3, 12. So, 16 minus 12, it's 4. As you can see, the result is positive. So, we are going to deal with two solutions. Square root of 4, it's equal to 2. So, we are going to have we will go once with positive and once with negative. So negative 4 plus square root of 4, it's 2 over 2. That is the first answer. And the second answer is negative 4 minus 2 over 2. Once we will go with the positive sign, and the other time we will go with the negative sign. So negative 4 plus 2, it's negative 2. Over 2, it's equal to negative 1. And here, negative 4, negative 2, negative 6, divided by 2, it's negative 3. So these are the solutions of this quadratic function. Right now, if you go and substitute this into the equation, for each one of them, when you substitute it, you will get the result of 0. That is the meaning of solution. Let's see the upcoming questions that we're supposed to solve by using formula. Okay, so there are two questions here. Solve this given quadratic equation by using formula x squared plus 4x minus 5. So first of all, what did I say? Try to determine like what is A, what is B, what is C. So A here is 1, B here is 4, and C here is negative 5. Be careful. So x would be negative b plus minus square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. So instead of b, I have got 4, so negative 4 plus minus b squared is again 4 powered by 2, 16, minus 4 times 1 times 5 times negative 5. Be careful. C is negative 5, so negative. Alright, over 2 times 1, 2. So basically we are going to have, okay, so negative 4 plus minus. Negative 4 times 1, negative 4. Times negative 5, positive 20. 20 plus 16, well, it's going to give us square root of 36 over 2. So one time we will go with the positive, the other time we will go with negative. So negative 4 plus square root of 36 is 6 over 2. So negative 4 plus 6, it's exactly 2. Divided by 2, it's 1. And negative 4 minus 6 divided by 2. So negative 4 and negative 6 is equal to negative 10. Divided by 2, it's equal to negative 5. These are the result and the solutions of this quadratic function. Okay, how about the next one? The next one, you will deal with the same thing, like a equals to 1, b equals to 3, and c equals to 2. So the formula, you must get familiar with it. Negative b, which is negative 3, plus minus square root of b squared, 3 squared is equal to 9, minus 4 times 1 times 2. So 4 times 1, 4, times 2, 8. So 9 minus 8, all divided by 2. So right now, once you will go with the positive, once you will go with the negative. So negative 3 plus 9 minus 8, 1. Square root of 1, it's equal to 1. Divided by 2, well, let's see. What we are going to get is negative 3 plus 1, negative 2. Divided by 2, it's equal to negative 1. And then the negative side is negative 3 minus 1 this time, divided by 2. Once we go with positive, the other time we will go with the negative. So negative 3 and negative 1 is equal to negative 4, divided by 2, the result is negative 2. So these are the solutions for this quadratic equation. And I hope that this is understandable. So the next slide, we have got again like 2 questions. But let's just solve one of them, then I will leave the other one for yourself, because both of them have got the same story. So let's see what is the story behind these 2 questions. So again, the formula is x equals to negative b plus minus square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. So okay, here I'm just going to go with the second one. A is 1, b is 8, c is 16. You might ask me, teacher, is A always 1? Definitely not. Sometimes it's going to be like a different number. So in these examples that I just wrote it from the book, example 2, and try this. So here in both of them, A equals to 1. But if you want to ask me, is A always 1? Definitely not. A can be any other number. So x equals to negative b, which is negative 8, plus minus b squared, which is 8 powered by 2, 64, minus 4 times 1 times 16. C equals to 16, divided by 2. So, first of all, inside the square root, inside this square root, it's 4 times 16, it's 64. 64 minus 64, well, the result of this one is going to be 0. So we are going to have one solution, because in the beginning I said that if delta was equal to 0, we will deal only with one solution. So here we are going to have negative 8 plus minus 0, doesn't need to actually be written. So divided by 2, negative 8 divided by 2, it's equal to negative 4. That is one solution. And regarding to the first question, be 100% sure that you are going to have the same story, which is only one solution. Just go and try it by yourself. Perfect. How about the next slide? Okay, I prepared like 2 questions here, and again, both of them have like the same story. So I'm going to go with the second one, and the first one is yours again. So the second one is again a equals to 1. B equals to negative 3, C equals to 9. So what was the formula? The formula was x equals to negative b plus minus b squared minus 4ac over 2a. Perfect. So right now just replace these values that we have into the formula. Negative b, so negative 3. Look, the value of b itself, it's negative 3. With this negative, so it's going to become positive 3, because negative times negative, positive. Plus, minus, square root of b squared, negative 3 squared, 9. Minus 4 times 1 times 9. Okay, divided by 2 times 1, 2. Alright, first of all, inside the root, so 4 times 1, 4. Times 9, 36. 9 minus 36. Well, it's going to give us this result. 9 minus 36 inside the root would become negative 27. For such a cases, we said that if delta becomes negative, so we are going to say that there is no solution for that quadratic function. There is no solution for that quadratic function since delta, or it's easier to say that since inside the square root is negative, so we are going to have no solution for that quadratic function. And I want you to go for the first one because you are going to deal with the same story. Perfect. Let's see what we have in the next upcoming slide. So this is the second part of this section, which is a very, very important part. Let's consider our quadratic equation again is a square plus bx plus c. Then x equals to negative b over 2a. Remember, x this time equals to negative b over 2a without the square root. Is the equation of what? Axis of symmetry. So we are going to call this equation, right? X equals to negative b over 2a, axis of symmetry. Alright, so we have got always b and a in our formula. We just substitute it, and we are going to get an equation that we call it axis of symmetry. Axis of symmetry is a vertical line that it will divide the parabola, which is the graph of the quadratic function, into 2 equal parts. As you can see here, so x equals to negative b over 2a, so it will become a number. For instance, here x equals to 2 will divide this parabola, this graph, into 2 equal parts. Okay, let's just clarify it with like these examples. Here it says find the equation of the axis of symmetry of the parabola and the coordinate of the vertex of the graph. So here actually the question asks you 2 things. First, axis of symmetry, then the vertex. Let's see how are we going to find both of them. So first of all, x equals to negative b over 2a. What is our, look, in this equation a is not 1 anymore. So negative b is 12 over 2 times 3. 2 times 3. So we are going to have negative 12 over 6, which is negative 3. So x equals to negative 3 is the axis of symmetry. It says find axis of the parabola. So axis of the parabola is x equals to negative 3. But if you want to ask me, teacher, how about like the vertex? Well, the vertex is easy to get. You will substitute the value of this x that you found into the equation. Okay? So we will say that, okay, f of negative 3 equals to 3, negative 3. Instead of each x, we have got negative 3 powered by 2 plus 12 times negative 3 plus 1. So negative 3 powered by 2, perfect, it's 9. 9 times 3, 27. 12 times negative 3, negative 36 plus 1 equals to 27 minus 36, it's equal to negative 9 plus 1, it's equal to negative 8. So the vertex of our parabola, this is what we call the vertex, that point. So the vertex always is in x and y form, which is like coordinates, order pair. Our x, we already got it, it's equal to negative 3. And our y, it's equal to negative 8. This is how we are going to find axis of symmetry and vertex of our parabola. I hope that you understood this one. You can just take a picture and note it down in your notebook. Perfect. The next question, let's see whether we have it or not. Yes, we have got 2 questions. Okay, find the equation of the axis of symmetry, parabola, and the coordinate of the vertex of the graph. So let's just solve both of them, in case if you have time. So A here is 2, B here is negative 6, C here is 1. So axis of symmetry was x equals to negative b, negative 6, it's equal to positive 6, divided by 2 times 2, well, 4. So if you just simplify, because always you need to write the answers in simplest form. If you simplify by 2, we are going to get 3 over 2. Perfect. So 3 over 2, that is axis of symmetry, and the vertex would become like f of 3 over 2 equals to 2 times 3 over 2 powered by 2. I substituted here, minus 6 times 3 over 2 plus 1. Perfect. So 3 over 2 powered by 2, it's equal to 9 over 4. Minus 6 times 3, 18. Divided by 2, it's equal to 9 plus 1. If you just simplify this one as well, 2 by 2 it's 1, 4 by 2 it's equal to 2. Or you can just simply say that 2 times 9, 18 over 4. If you simplify it by 2, we are going to get 9 over 2. Which is exactly the same thing that I did here. 9 over 2 minus 9 plus 1. So it's equal to 9 over 2, it's equal to 4.5. Okay? 4.5. So 4.5 minus 9 plus 1. So 4.5 minus 9, it's equal to negative 4.5 plus 1. And then finally we are going to have negative 4.5 plus 1. It's negative 3.5. So the vertex would be, let me just throw it here because I need that space. The vertex would be x, which is 3 over 2, let's say 1.5. Because remember 3 over 2 it's 1.5, so I can write 1.5 instead of 3 over 2, and then negative 3.5. So in case if I ask you, or if your teacher asks you to graph that parabola, it's very easy. See, that is, we are going to draw a coordinate plane. Let's imagine 1.5 is here. It's in the positive side, and negative 3.5, it's almost, let's say here, negative 3.5. So the point would come to here. This is going to be the parabola, the graph of the parabola, because it's what we call vertex. It's exactly what we call vertex. Since the coefficient of x squared is positive, our graph would be face up, and the axis of symmetry, of course, is here. So axis of symmetry, which is x equals to 3 over 2, will divide our parabola into 2 equal parts. Perfect. Let me see whether we have got questions. No, this is going to be the last question regarding to this section. A very easy section and a short one, but at the same time, very crucial and important section for the upcoming grade as well, especially for grade 12. You will need it. So here, finally, a equals to 2. B equals to negative 8, and C equals to 3. We don't need C for here. So axis of symmetry equals to x equals to negative B. Negative 8, it's positive 8. 2 times 2, 4. So 8 over 4, 2. Right now, f of 2 equals to 2 times 2 powered by 1. Instead of x, I just put 2. This is how we are going to substitute. Minus 8 times 2 plus 3. 2 powered by 2, 4. 4 times 2, 8. Minus 8 times 2, 16 plus 3. 8 minus 16 is equal to negative 8. Plus 3, well, it's going to give us negative 5. So the vertex would be 2 and negative 5. So how are we going to just graph it? Imagine this is our coordinates plane. So let's just find out these coordinates. 2 is in the positive side. This is 2. Negative 5. Well, negative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's say here is negative 5 and here is negative 2. So the point, that's the intersection point, would be here. And this is going to be the graph. This is what we call the vertex of our parabola. And of course, here is going to be the axis of symmetry, which is x equals to 2. I'm not that much accurate. That's why the graph is not like equal, these two parts. But you better know that axis of symmetry is a line that will divide the parabola, the graph, into 2 equal parts, which means this part must be the same with this part. This is all about like quadratic formula and axis of symmetry, vertex, and how to graph it easily by using like axis of symmetry and vertex. So that's all about this actually, and I hope that you got benefit from this video. Try to work on it, try to like listen and watch it again in order to get it perfectly. I will see you in another video. Take care of yourself. Bye bye.